Well, I thought, the one thing that was real impressive, I thought, was that, the young players that are trying to make a push, trying to show that either they want to make the hockey team out of camp or they want to be guys that are first-type call-ups. I thought a lot of those guys played real well. I thought their energy was great, the competitiveness was great, so I thought that really pushed the competitiveness. There was no drop-off at all from the guys who are proven elite players in the league to guys that are trying to make their way in the league, so I thought that was positive.
How anxious are you, or just excited are you to see a guy like Anthony Mantha actually play against somebody not his own teammate and at the NHL level in an exhibition game?
Yeah, it'll be great, and I think Anthony, again, last year was an unfortunate thing that happened in the prospects tournament, so he missed the opportunity to do this. So it'll be great for him, I think. I thought he played really, really well today. I thought that line with Athanasiou and Bertuzzi were really good, and I thought Anthony had really took a step forward today. The one thing he's got to do, we've talked about, is score goals. He scored, but I also thought he was involved in lots of other areas. So it'll be great to see now. It's not going to be easy because it's a lot of days in a row, but it'll be great to see now. I'm sure he'll have lots of energy going into Chicago. It's a fun place to play.
Are you playing him tomorrow night?
Yeah, we'll play him tomorrow night.
No Shit seems to have had a really good camp so far. Carried over into this game with his 2 goals.
Nose is another guy that, as I talked about, guys that want to push to either show that they should make the team out of camp or show they should be an early call-up if needed. Nose is one of those guys. I thought he played really, really well. I thought he even without the goals, he does lots of things. I think he's a real complete player. The one thing I said up top is it looks like he's gained a step north-south in his speed, and if that's the case, if that proves to be true, that'll really push him in the right direction to becoming an NHL player.
You've incorporated quite a bit of that 3-on-3 experimentation. Does it looks like your players, your skilled skaters, having fun with it?
Yeah, we talked to them. I can't imagine with the elite level of talent in the NHL and 5 minutes of 3-on-3 that lots of games are going to go to a shootout. You just watch it. It's a chance one way, it's automatically going the other way. If you sit back, then you end up in your O-zone, and all of a sudden you're playing man-on-man and a breakdown happens like it happened on the one goal. So I think it's going to be great. I think our guys are going to enjoy it, so hopefully we end up on the right side of enough of them.
Coach, what team's going tomorrow?
There's not one specific team. We'll have rosters, but not one specific team.
Jeff, how do you envision Bertuzzi? What do you envision Bertuzzi becoming? Is he kind of more of a scrappy second, third liner? Is he going to be a little bit of a goal scorer too? Or?
Yes, I think Bert's first of all, Bert's a hockey player. So what I mean by that, he's just one of those instinctually does a lot of things right. He reminds me of a guy in a different way to a Justin Advocator. He can be a real complement to a line of guys with skilled players because he's got the offensive thought process and the offensive ability to play with real high-end skilled players, but he does a lot of the dirty work. He wins lots of battles. He goes the nut front grade. So that would be our projection that he would follow a similar path to what Abby's followed.
You had Glendening on a top 6 role during the scrimmage. Is that something that you think might happen in the regular season?
Well, the one thing we've experimented with is playing him on the wing with Sheehan and Franzen, obviously, and so that would be some type of top 9 forward position for sure. I don't know if I believe in top 6. I think what historically you look at the numbers, the top 3 lines play fairly evenly throughout the games, and some teams have a drop off with their 4th line. Some play their 4th line a little bit more. So we'll see. We're going to experiment with him in the line that he was in. We'll experiment with that, not necessarily right away, but at different times in preseason. We'll see how it goes.
So last season with Babcock, he used to put Glendening in his lineup against some of the top lines, with the Tyler Johnson line, the Sidney Crosby line. Is that something that you think that you might look into doing as well?
Yeah, I think Glenny's a guy that can match up against the best players in the world, and he's proven that he does a great job with it. What I'd like to see from the line that Glenny's on, if they are matched up against a top line, I'd like to see them have the ability to push back and provide offense and not just shut down. So that's one thing that we've looked at with that line combination, is that a group that can play against other teams' top lines and, again, not just defend them well, but then produce some offense out of that. We'll experiment and see.
Come out of this camp exactly the way you'd like?
Well, except for
15 minutes.
Yeah. And that's the one thing I did talk about going into camp is things are going to happen, and it was it was out of the control. It just things that I thought we reacted and you moved from there. I thought overall though it was a good camp, mainly because of the approach that our guys take.
Nice to see Helmer around now, even though he can't play, obviously.
I talked to Helmer today. He seems like he's in a good spot. He's going to be frustrated that something like that, an unfortunate accident happened, but he'll work through it. He knows, we'll just day by day, and hopefully he continues to get better.
Coach, who are some guys that
played today that we might not think we're going to see in a Wings jersey, but by the end of the year, they could get some time.
Well, it's hard to say. You know, we just got a whole group of young guys pushing, so it's hard to say which guys will end up grabbing those spots. That's what, you know, we got 8 exhibition games, so we'll continue to evaluate.
You got eight exhibition games in 12 nights too. So can you talk about the sort of energy management and injury management?
It's a little bit easier, honestly, for the players because you're almost dealing with 2 full teams. So you have enough. We're going to have more than 2 full teams in Detroit, so we'll have enough to be able to space those games out. So it's really only going to be 4 for that max, really, for most of the guys. Maybe 5, some guys 3. So we'll manage that part of it. You know, I think guys that have been around that know what they need to do to be ready. I'll lean on them a little bit on how many they want to play to make sure they're coming to game 1 ready to go. Okay, thanks.